This is like really close. Here we go. Back that up. What are the rest of the words?
On the road again.
No. I just can't wait to get on the road.
I just can't wait to get on the road again. To get this house back on the market again.
Your seatbelt's on, mine is not. So we're driving. So I'm just gonna... Hello! Ooh, I showed my double chin just now. Good Lord. What are we doing?
Going to Sandhurst. About to get the condo on the market.
It really is a great condo. 3 bed, 1,300 square feet, all bills included. 220,000 by SMU. Cape Trail. Any takers?
We're not selling it right now, Kristen.
Oh, that's my bad.
We are just showing the people how to own real estate and how to start flip properties.
Well, we're gonna go over and paint today. Paint's not cheap, just so y'all know. It's really expensive in Hawaii, but we're not in Hawaii, we're in Texas, but just want you to know, it's really expensive to paint.
Okay, we'll meet you there. All right, here we are. Rental property number 1, or flip property, I guess, because we're wanting to get rid of it. So for those who are new here, that didn't get to watch on the Instagram, this is one of Kristen's flip properties that she has. It was previously a rental property, but we're gonna sell it now. But it's 3 bedroom, 3 bath. And right now we're just painting it. There's no lights on in here, but yeah, we're just painting it and getting it ready to sell. So we've got a bunch of walls taped off. This wall was like a dark blue, so I'm so glad we got that finished and taken care of. But hello, that's very bright. Bathrooms are super cute. Very nice bathrooms. We like redid all these bathrooms, so yeah. What are you doing?
Doing my favorite thing ever.
Taping off. Taping off ceilings. So Kristen's currently taping off everything because I guess she said I suck at it.
You just take forever.
I'm slow. I'm slow at it. I don't know. I did all this yesterday though. I taped all this off. This wall was also dark freaking blue, so that was fun. Yeah. Go, baby, go, go. Kiki, be good. So, any tips for taping off?
Don't let Cheyenne do it.
Oh my God, I hate her. I can't do huge strips when I take things off, so I have to do little baby strips. So like if you can see here, let me just.
How long that took you, babe?
I did a baby strip, and it ends here. And another baby strip that ends here. So I just do like little baby strips when I'm taping things off, so. Anyways, I'm still helping, so I think that's good enough. Let's go look and see what Kristen's hands look like because she's a messy painter and she gets paint all over her. But yeah, she gets paint everywhere, so let's go see. I told him that you were a super messy painter, so let me see them hands.
Not that bad.
Not that bad. Yeah, right. Look at the other hand.
It could be worse.
Look at that hand. You don't think that's bad?
It means it's not on the floor.
Oh my God.
I love you.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Cheyenne.
I'm Kristen.
And today we're going to be going over a flip property that Kristen got like, how many years ago?
Probably 6 years ago. Around 2014.
So I told you guys a year before we met, so that would have been 5 years ago. So 2 years before we met, she got this property and she got it in the most creative way, which that's going to be for another video because it's absolutely nuts. But the other day I asked you guys some questions about, or what questions you guys had for Kristen about owning real estate, flip properties, and having rental properties. So first question is, if you want to get into this kind of investment, where should you start other than saving money?
Okay, I think the number one thing other than saving money is your credit. Because your credit is what allows you to qualify for what you can qualify for, whether that be a large amount or a smaller amount. So I would say if it requires getting a credit specialist, 100% do that. It is worth it. When you get your credit at 700 or above, you're going to start getting flooded with mail from all kinds of credit card companies, lenders, and whatnot, and your credit will be paired with the money that you've saved, and you'll be able to leverage yourself and buy real estate.
So the next question is, how do I get started without a ton of money going in? I kind of feel like you did kind of just answer that.
Yeah, and just another, I guess, answer to that is when it has to do with investments, yes, you're going to need more money down. But when it's your homestead, you can get into your homestead with as little as 3% down, if not 0, depending on how the contract is structured. So with that being said, money is important when you move on to your investment portfolio, though, especially the 20 to 25% down.
Okay, cool. Okay, I like this next question. Deeds on your first property, was it scary? Also, do you make these decisions 100% together? Well, I can answer the second part.
Yes to question number 2, we do now, but before we were together, obviously, I was making decisions on my own. But
and she still kind of does. She'll still come home and be like, hey, look at this property, I really want it. And then I figure out she put an offer on it and she possibly already bought it. So we do make decisions together, but she's a lot better at making these decisions.
You have to move quickly on real estate. I tell my clients all the time, you can sleep on it, but somebody else might sleep in it. So I kind of live by that same mentality. If I like something, I'm going to jump on it because I don't want to lose it. But back to the question, was the first property that I did scary? I did grow up in a real estate family, and so I owned a house in college as well that I wouldn't consider, I mean, I guess every home is an investment, but for me, it was just like learning homeownership on your own, away from your parents and whatnot, and just having to take care of something that if you don't take care of it, you're going to lose your asset on it and your ass. But when I got back from college, the first one that I bought was a little condo on the Katy Trail, and it was already renovated, but I would just say that stay in a price point that makes most sense to a lot of people, not just, you know, that high price point. For me, the first 5 properties that I purchased were all around 100,000, and I think that's what allowed me to leverage myself so much, because every single one of those 5 properties doubled itself in value within 3 to 5 years, and so I was able to sell off. I still have 3 of those, and I still have 2 out of the 5 that I just mentioned left that are rented and whatnot. But I would just say, you know, stay in a price point that makes sense. Cater to the rich, get poor. Cater to the poor, get rich. Like, there's a lot more average people that can afford an average monthly rent.
Yeah. All right, and then Lane asked how to find the right property to flip, and then what are some good areas that you need to look into?
How to find the right property depends on what is your mission. Are you trying to flip a property? Are you trying to buy and hold? Are you trying to, you know, create a rental investment portfolio? So I think that your numbers on that vary. I stay pretty open because I just think as an investor you need to be able to adapt and stay flexible. And so for me, I'm buying things because, for one, I know that my investment in that area is going to appreciate. So I would say the number one thing that I'm looking for is location and comps to support my value in that area, no matter what area it is. So I wouldn't focus so much on area. I would focus on, do you have good rental comps? If that's your goal, do you have good sold comps? And comps are comparable properties, like-kind properties that have sold.
So do you suggest people kind of go in areas that they know more information about? So if there's walkability in the area, if there's good restaurants, if there's nice homes in an area, but there's occasionally a few homes that, you know, need to be renovated, like, do you think that that's a good place for people to start?
Sure. I mean, for me, on those 5 condos that I bought I was chasing new development. So these are older condos, and just the cycle of real estate is, you know, a lot of the condos that you see used to be apartments that were then sold to condos, and they will eventually be torn down and new condos will be built, and those people who own the condos will be bought out in a commercial deal. And so for me, I was buying units that were close to very nice apartments that were collecting very good rent. And so it allowed me to kind of follow their rent. I was in their shadow because obviously we don't have the same amenities as a brand new complex, but it allows you to kind of be within, you know, a few $100s of their rent, and you get more square footage if you're here versus an apartment.
Yeah, cool. Okay, the next person asked, how many properties do you currently own?
That's a good question. That changes every day. I think today we're at 14 or 15 properties right now.
We do a little bit of a mixture of both. We will buy properties and hold them and not do anything to them. We actually have a building that we purchased last year or 2 years ago?
May 2019.
May 2019 that we purchased, and it's just a really, really, really big property. We didn't know what we wanted to do with it. We don't know if we want to live there. We don't know if we want to use it for, you know, like a duplex. We don't know if we want to use it for an event space. We're unsure. So we kind of sat on that versus putting like a ton of money into it. We just kind of like didn't do anything to it. Just a really good investment. And then we've got a couple properties that we're obviously flipping and putting on the market to sell, and we've got a couple rental properties. So it kind of varies, I guess, with like your money situation and what you want to do. Okay, next question is from Miss Brianna. She said about the renovations in time, is it worth renting it out?
After renovations have been made, you're saying, versus selling?
Yeah.
That, to me, is all based on numbers and the market that you're in. Right now, we're in a great market as, you know, as far as sellers and buyers. For sellers, inventory is really low, meaning there's not very many homes on the market for sale. And there's a lot of buyers out there that are wanting to buy because interest rates are so low right now. So what that is people that are qualified for a certain amount for, you know, they're qualified for even more right now because the interest rates are lower, which gives them a little bit more range as far as what they can afford for their monthly payment. And then also, you know, once you do the renovations, if you allow a tenant to be in there, you know, you're risking obviously them kind of messing things up. And for me, when I'm flipping a house versus when I am getting a house ready for tenant are completely different materials. So it really is, what's your goal? If you're gonna like rent it out, you can, you know, I don't wanna say cut corners, but you can do things a lot cheaper. It doesn't have to be that high end.
And for an example, to touch on that, I get in trouble for this all the time, which is why I'm not the boss, but I like to do things absolutely perfect and like be a perfectionist. So when it comes to spending a little bit extra money on paint or spending a little bit extra money on finishes, like Kristen kind of has to like dial me back some, because when you're selling a house, it's worth it because you want to get top dollar for your home, but you also have to check the area your home is in because sometimes it might not be worth it. You really have to do your research, but rental properties, it's really not.
Yeah, for example, we're in a unit right now that I completely renovated probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. It had tenants in it, great money, you know, cash flow and everything like that, but we're having to repaint the entire inside of the house because, you know, they hang things on the wall, they have dogs, they don't clean their house as much as, or take care of certain areas of the home as much as maybe they would if it were their own home. And so, you know, you're having to come back in and do things like that. So what she's talking about is, yesterday we went to Home Depot. They tried to sell us on paint that was $35 a gallon versus paint that was $28 a gallon, and we need 5 gallons. Well, if you need 5 gallons and it's a difference in $7 or $8, and you're looking at $35 to $40 that you would save. And if it's a rental, why would you not do that if you're going to have to repaint it? Now, if it's a flip, I can understand if you want, you know, that really good paint. The quality and whatnot, you're going to get your money's worth and you're going to get it out now. Now, if you put that money in and then turn it into a rental, are you going to get that same money out when you go to sell after it's been beat up? Maybe ask yourself that. I can tell you, for me, the answer is no.
The only other question, there's 2 more. So what are the biggest mistakes that people new to real estate make?
I would say not having the right contractors and team, because your contractors can really screw you over. And, you know, a lot of contractors are on drugs and alcohol and whatnot, so just be careful that you're working with someone who shows up when they say they're going to show up. They follow through and they do what they're, you know, supposed to do, and don't pay for anything in full upfront. Pay for things in 3 to 4, you know, installment payments, because you need to pay for the work once it's done. You give somebody everything up front, they're going to probably run with your money.
Mm-hmm. But I don't.
Do you prefer a remodel project to be cheap or ready to go and more costly? Okay, maybe like a property is what they mean versus a remodel cheap. For me, I like to go and do the renovations myself. I don't usually pick up properties that are already renovated. I have, but they're like ones that are for me. If it were something
rent them out. Okay.
But I like to renovate them myself because it just keeps my costs lower. You know, the tax assessor doesn't know my value. They don't know that I've renovated it, and so it's all kind of under the radar.
Plus, I feel like when you go to sell it in the future, so say you have your own property and you keep it for like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, however long you want to keep it, when you go to sell it, if you're the ones that did the renovations, you're the one that's going to know everything about the project, because you like took it down to the studs, you're going to know everything about the electrical, the plumbing, the kitchen, the bathrooms, and everything, so I feel like that's good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
the more you know.
the better it is. So I think these are fun. I think everyone loved asking you questions. There's definitely more questions, and we don't want to make this video too long. And if you have any other questions, just comment down below. Thanks for watching.
Thanks guys, talk to you soon. We are officially finished painting for today. That's it.
Put your seatbelt on, Key.
We'll be back tomorrow. I must safety first. Here we are. My love.
Oh, hi. I'm tired.
Oh my God, I'm tired.
How long did we paint?
Let me see here.
Oh, you're brightening.
3 hours, and I'm completely blown out by the sun and by the labor of the paint.
Do I go left or right?
Go left. Wife is still lost in Dallas because she's from Oklahoma.
Yes.
She's a Buckeye fan though.
No, I'm not.
Fan.
No, I'm not.
Don't lie to the people.
Don't lie to everybody. Anyways,
You have paint on your face.
today
I
sucks.
have paint on mine.
I got it all over my lip.
It's okay, there's shadows they can't
We're going to take a shower and we're gonna go eat because I'm freaking starving. And I'm gonna eat somewhere delicious because you owe me that.
I'm getting a call on the telly from Hawaii. Ciao, ciao. Mahalo.